Hello everyone, this is Tormuse, and today I'm picking up where I left off in the Doki Doki Club Meetings mod for Doki Doki Literature Club, starting Season 2, well I started Season 2 yesterday, and continuing Season 2. Sorry about technical difficulties earlier. Are you still there, Dev? Am I still getting a weird echo? I just rebooted and stuff. I probably lost all my audience as a result. All the chat messages are there from the first time around still. I'm gonna leave them there. Just a testament to things going wrong. Hey, it says I have 5 viewers. I'm impressed. I didn't think I'd have anyone left after that little kerfuffle. Check, check. Check, check. Are there any weird echoes going on here? I just wanted to make sure. Bear with me. I'm just gonna open up my own stream here. Check, check. I'm just gonna open up my own stream here. Check, check. That echo is still there. That's so odd. I don't even know where to begin troubleshooting that. Like that's something Twitch is doing that, I guess. Because when I do test recordings ahead of time, like I did a few test recordings, I didn't have any issues. It's only when it's going live. I don't know why that would be. Like I don't know. Is it feedback from my headphones? Like is it like is it like I don't. But no, like I'm not playing it back through the headphones. There's nothing for the mic to pick up. There's nothing for it to hear. So there's, like, as far as I can tell, there's no reason exists for it to be doing this, and it wasn't doing it before. So whatever. I think we're gonna put up with this weird 5-second delayed echo. I mean, the echo is kind of faint, so I don't know. It's weird. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna load the game. Season 2 episodes. Spooky Sweet Waters, welcome to the stream. I don't hear it now? I heard it when I just tested it. I mean, when I just checked right now. Like, I just put my own stream up. It's heard earlier, but not anymore. Okay. It's I don't know. It's faint. It seems to be there. I don't know. We're gonna continue on regardless. Episode 14. Here we go. Miss Ida investigates the club. MC tries to convince Sarah to do therapy. I mean, I had a feeling we hadn't seen the last of Miss Ida, as we discussed at the end of the last season. And yeah, I mean, I was kind of wondering, like, I was told this was going to be the Natsuki season, but I guess we do need to wrap up Sayori's story. Well, maybe not wrap it up, but at least this is a sort of more of a slice of life thing, but we need to continue at least. Hey, Lord Casero, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Anyway, enough rambling from me. Let's get started. From question mark. Whose bedroom is this? Who have we seen so far? Okay, so it's not MC's bedroom. It's not Sayori's bedroom. Natsuki's bedroom looks very different. I think we've seen Yuri's bedroom. Could this be Monika's bedroom? Have we seen Monika's bedroom? I feel like we have seen Monika's bedroom. I don't think it's any of the 5. Miss Ida's bedroom, perhaps? Maybe it's Sayori's therapist's bedroom. Now we've seen Monika's bedroom also. Yeah. I feel like we've seen all 5 of them at this point. Maybe it's Kenzo's bedroom. No, maybe not. Anyway. Another fine school day. Let's see what's on the agenda for today. Yes, we're still in the history portion. Lavoisier and Mendeleev, splendid. And let's see, I have a couple of office meetings. I have to start doing faculty advisor guidance meetings with my unassigned seniors. Okay, so it's some teacher's bedroom, I guess. I'm gonna hazard a guess Miss Ida's based on the little intro message. Pretty sure Kenzo has a raised carpet. Yeah, exactly. Kenzo has to have that big vanity mirror. Yeah. See, I sleep in a big bed with my girlfriend. Haha. He wishes. Ri, Kenzo, and Masato. I'll probably just get in touch with them and ask them when they want to meet later on. Looks like I have enough on my plate today. Wait, I also have an after-school meeting? Oh, right, I made that appointment myself. That should be an interesting one, but enough planning. It's time to get to it. For science! The best motivation for doing a thing. And so, policy pamphlets will have to go home with students. Make sure your class agenda has the download available also. Why, it just says faculty. That's faculty is like a generalized term for the teachers. Are all the teachers saying this in unison? They're a hive mind. This character gets deep motivation from for science. Uh-huh. Yeah, so we shall see, I guess. Before the science, there just has to be bureaucracy. Yeah, for bureaucracy doesn't have the same ring to it. Seems kind of productive sometimes. Every moment we spend in here is a moment we're not spending teaching. Is all this administrative stuff really worth it? Mr. Tsuji? Okay. Lesson plan approvals have all been done now, correct? Mr. Tsuji, the only teacher who handles my subject. He knows the material like the back of his hand. I've been teaching for 25 years. But I think every single one of his classes has probably had the same experience. I don't think he's changed his lesson plan once into those 25 years. It's hard to imagine not personalizing lessons to the students you have. Does he care about his students? I mean, obviously he teaches the subject material. But that's not the same. I don't think I've once seen him take an interest in his students' lives, or trying to help them outside the classroom. I guess every teacher has a different style. I mean, if you've been doing it for 25 years, I say you probably fall into a routine, really. Yeah. But I've always thought you have a greater responsibility as a teacher, especially a high school teacher. We're not just here to give students information, we're here to help them develop and grow as people. We're responsible for them eventually thriving or not out in the real world. Man, the time is really starting to drag. I have real work to do. I have a bunch of kids whose names I need to memorize. Let me out. Wait, hold on a second. Names you have to memorize implies you have a different set of students, but didn't we establish that the canon for this universe, for this reality here, is that they're repeating the same year, and everyone stays the same age? Now, so this raises questions. Was Miss Ida's memory of last year erased, and therefore she has to memorize a new set? Well, from her perspective, new set of students, or like, I don't know. Like it's. The faculty is a hive mind, like in the 1998 horror film The Faculty. Yeah, sure. I actually just watched that movie recently. It was neat. It's a neat little suspense horror science fiction movie. Time loops. However, you can take different classes each year. Okay. No one finds it weird. Okay. And second period is about to begin. Let's get to it. Thanks for coming, and have a great year, everyone. There was nothing in that meeting that could not have just been emailed. Haha, yeah, classic. And so people started noticing some weird patterns, like sodium and potassium both bond with chlorine. And they both form hydroxides with water, and a small amount of liquid is poured over two very small chunks of metal. Yeah, this is a series of question marks through this whole thing so far. So I'm kind of in a state of I don't know what voice to give these people. I'm trying to vary them, but anyway. But anyway, yeah, I remember having a science class which involved like sodium, like the I was going to point to my left. Yeah, I guess your left would be over here. The left end of the periodic table. They're so incredibly reactive that you can't. You have to. They had to be stored in oil, like a non-reactive oil. And I remember a science teacher demonstrated if you put them in water, and they dissolve so violently that they put off a flash of light. Hey, Chaka Marine is here. Welcome to the stream. Have we done the arson yet? Doing it now? Is that the experiment that's happening in this scene here? But yeah, but yeah, I remember that sodium demonstration from my science class in high school back in the day. And first time chatter, Delta Omega 17. Yo, welcome to the stream. How's it going? How'd you find your way here? I'm curious. If you don't mind my asking, you don't have to answer that. I'm just curious. But yeah, I remember my science teacher at the time. Delta's part of the CM Discord. Oh, okay, all right. Well, oh yeah, okay. I remember. I've seen you around. Yeah. I think. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I got you mixed up. I'm not sure. Now I think about it. But I was going to say, yeah, my science teacher at the time related a story that a student saw that demonstration and thought it was so cool. He had to, sneak in and steal some sodium, and he put it in his pocket. And gradually, and they have to store it in oil because, the water in the air will react with it and cause that violent reaction. And yeah, basically, the guy set his pants on fire. So yeah, the lesson here is don't put sodium in your pocket, I guess. Elemental sodium, very dangerous. Yep, yeah. Anyway. Small amount of liquid is poured over two very small chunks of metal. Loud hissing bang echoes through the room, and a small burst of fire can be seen. The class resounds with the chorus of students going, "Whoa!" Both are extremely and dangerously reactive when in their elemental form. Fortunately, I teach a subject that it's really easy to keep everyone interested in. Obviously, there are still a lot of tables and textbooks, but it's pretty simple to keep interest and attention high with demonstrations, mostly because science is just inherently cool. And my science can trivially produce explosions. Completely safe educational explosions, which I do not go out of my way to do because I am not a classic pyromaniac. Heh. And then once you have them hooked for a bit, you get them into the meat of the subject. So today we're going to answer the question of why is it that sodium and potassium both blow up when you pour water on them? Why are they so similar in so many ways? It helps that what I teach is one of the most beautiful and wonderful ideas in science. Mystery of matter, how the whole world works. Oh, not the whole world. Definitely not a closet pyromaniac. Oh no, no trauma also. Uh-oh. Wait, what? Oh no. Don't say that. So suddenly having flashbacks to the bad ending of Our Castle Walls, if anyone's played that mod. That was ridiculous. Anyway, moving on. And hopefully that's enough to keep the students interested in learning through the semester. And if I'm lucky, maybe a few students take a lasting love for the subject with them. So, only the one piece of homework should take about only 10 or 15 minutes tops. Homework is important because it keeps the mind receptive to the material throughout the day, but should be used to reinforce, not to teach in the first instance. And if you do too much of it, you'll just kill interest and give the students an aversion to the topic. Mustn't forget. I have business after class is over. Is that how you spell mustn't? I would have put a T there. Mustn't? Like mustn't? Is that an accepted spelling of mustn't? I feel like I need to confirm that. I don't know. I don't know. Googling tells it wants my spelling with the T here. That's the usual spoken form of must not. Mustn't is yeah. It's pronounced mustn't, but it's spelled mustn't. It's archaic. Yeah. It's so archaic that my Googling doesn't like it. usually usually it'll say that oh, this is an alternate spelling. This is the American English, this is British English or something like that. But I don't know. Muskant is better. How to fix Twitter Muskant. Yeah, well said. Anyway, moving on. Mustn't forget, I have business after class is over. That's all. I'll let you guys go a couple minutes early. I do a lot of proofreading, so whenever I see a word which it makes you go like, I'm not 100% sure, I'm gonna double check that. I don't know. It just makes me curious. Anyway, the class starts to shuffle out of the room. Oh, but Kenzo, we need to take care of something really quick. Oh, sure. What is it? We need to get our advisory guidance meeting, or whatever it's called, out of the way. As far as I'm concerned, you can just pick any time. Preferably immediately after this class, but it'll work with your schedule. Oh, right. I forgot about that. Not this week. Still kind of hectic with all the classes getting things started. All the cars he's building. Maybe next week sometime. Sounds good. Oh, and be sure to do that homework puzzle I gave you. Next week we talk about electrons, which is an awesome topic. But you've got to make sure you finish that puzzle so we can be ready for it. And don't worry, I'll get it done. You're sure the most enthusiastic teacher I've ever had, I'll give you that. See you next class. Enthusiastic? Maybe. Guess that's one way to put it. Music fade out. I like the skeleton in the background. Oh hey! Miss Ida gets a Sprite. What? That's awesome. This mod keeps bringing those songs in that were used in Monica Before story. It keeps bugging me. He likes the skeleton in the background. Alert, alert. What? What's that supposed to mean? Husky skeleton in the background has a name, uwu. Anyway, I have a feeling this is some kind of inside joke I'm missing out on here. But yeah, I guess Miss Ida is a permanent member of the cast now. She's got her own sprite here. Like, skeleton gets lore as you go on? Okay, we shall see, I suppose. Yeah, I don't even remember what voice I gave Miss Ida before. Anyway, is that how my students see me? Enthusiastic? Well, better that than annoying, I guess. Time for another faculty meeting. Another one? At least those will be mostly over after this week. Well, I guess... Huh, the game is on Miss Ida. Is Monica presumably here? It's me, by the way. You know, the omniscient god queen who rules this world. Just a joke, just kidding. These are tedious. Hang on. Wait, who's hottest? Wait, what? Second hottest getting screen now. What? Oh, come on. I'm sure I'm not in that running. Anyway, would you say they're unreasonably hot? I have no comment. Anyway, moving on. Dynamic character narrator, input command. Who equals monica.chr set. Do me a favor if you can. If she does or says or thinks stuff related to the literature club, do you think you can remember? I'd like to know. Only if you get the chance to observe, of course. I worry that she's still trying to get to the bottom of everything, which we would all rather she not do. For her own good more than for ours. Anyway, see you soon, I hope. Dynamic character narrator input command. Who equals default? Set. Time to go. If I'm usually hot, excellent. Oh, of course. What's F? What's this F here? Whose name starts with F in this? I mean, there's Kenzo and there's Ri and there's Miss Ida. I don't know, nothing's coming to me whose name starts with an F. Anyway, moving on. Spoilers? Yeah, spoilers. That's what I thought. No spoilers. Yuri is happily eating her usual lunch. Yes, she looks happy. I don't know, I would have expected a smile, but okay. She's also, as usual, reading a book while eating. What you reading, nerd? Natsuki, what a pleasant surprise. I was just reading The Log from the Sea of Cortez by John Steinbeck. Another book about the ocean, huh? Not even going to tease me about being a nerd? No, I don't really feel like it. Oh. Well, yes, it's another book about the ocean. I've been a little obsessed with the topic since our trip to the aquarium. I would talk about it more, but I don't want to do that thing where I go on and bore you. How are you, Natsuki? Are you feeling alright today? Yeah, I'm okay. Just a little more tired than usual, maybe. It takes a while for me to get back to my normal sleep schedule after summer ends. Yeah, relatable. I mean, well, it's summer right now. I mean, my sleep schedule's been a mess for a long time. I mean, really, pretty much since the pandemic began and lockdowns and stuff. I don't think it ever recovered really. Um, yeah, and like last night, I did my body did the thing where it's like, lol, I'm gonna sleep 2 hours and then wake up and not be able to get back to sleep again. And then I figured I'd get up and grab some breakfast and then try to get some sleep before the stream, but it's only sort of maybe vaguely a bit. So now I'm sort of in a weird groggy state, and I don't know. Hopefully I'm coherent. We'll see. Moving right along. Is your summer sleep schedule all that different? Oh yeah. Usually I go to bed around 10 p.m. But during the summer I just do whatever, and I end up in bed by like 11:45 sometimes. Oh wow, 11:45. Oh, that's so late. This is like, for me, like if 2 a.m.'s an early night. Living on the edge. Yeah, exactly. 11:45. It's crazy. Her face, she thinks that's so badass. Yeah, I know, right? Just- I don't know. I'm thinking back to I think I mentioned before. I can't. Did I mention it on the stream? I was when I was in college. Like there was a time I was like college full time, working at Walmart part time, and I was singing in my barbershop choir each week, and there was a stretch in that where I was also in in a musical, like a bit part. I didn't even need to attend all the rehearsals, but I was stretched pretty thin. I was getting like 3 hours of sleep a night. It's like I look back as like, how did I survive that? I don't know. I don't think I could do that these days. I mean, I have trouble functioning if I don't get like 8 hours sleep. Can't tell if she's being sarcastic about it or not. I think it's funnier if she isn't sarcastic. She generally thinks this is badass. Cute. Yes, it is cute. That is correct. The result of her being held to a strict curfew for most of her life? Yeah, I can see that. Here seems the type to read before bed and then be like, oh, look at that, it's 3 a.m. Yeah, I can see that too. Anyway. It's crazy. Yeah, that's pretty wild stuff. You're mocking me, aren't you? Only a little. Well, yeah, I still have to go to bed reasonably early, even in the summer. House rules. I don't really do anything that crazy. A lot of the nights I just spend talking on the phone with my sister. Oh, we're getting the deep lore now. Could this be the Goral that that was alluded to in season 1 that was mentioned once in like episode 2 and then dropped for the next 12 episodes? Like, this is the first mention in this whole thing of that Natsuki has a sister, so Goral is best character? Is that who F is? Don't answer that. It's a spoiler. Anyway. How's she doing? I haven't heard much about her life from you recently. Well, you know, her junior year went really well, and she's really looking forward to her junior year. Yeah, I was gonna say. I know the feeling. Yeah, but she seems like she's doing really well. She has lots of friends. Plus, she gets to stay up as long as she wants, and drink alcohol, and do who knows what other kinds of college debauchery. Do I detect jealousy? Would wouldn't that be envy, not jealousy? Yuri, didn't didn't we talk about the distinction between jealousy and envy earlier on in this mod? Or am I misremembering? I might have mixed it up with another mod where Yuri makes a distinction between jealousy and envy. Who the F is F? Yeah, yeah. Natsuki season is beginning, yeah. Anyway. Maybe a little envious that your debauchery... Okay, there we go. That your debauchery opportunities are limited. No wonder you're still smoking. It's your only way to barely touch the life of self-destructive, hedonistic vice. Hmm. So, what brings you forth from your golden throne amongst the popular girls? What business could you possibly have with the most isolated outcast in the school? Hmm? Okay, I'm starting to get concerned. Natsuki's being quiet all of a sudden. It's another mod? Okay. Jealous that other people are having fun with her sister, envious of her sister's debauched lifestyle. Yeah, okay, fine, fair enough. Or do you want to get into some debauchery with me? Just kidding. Unless... um, yeah. Anyway. There's no banter at all coming back. Are you sure you're alright? Yeah, I'm fine. I actually came up here to get a break from all of them. They're getting to be a little bit too much today. Hmm? Flashback. Natsuki flashback. I can't believe he's still single. You should ask him out, Ikuko. I know you have a thing for him. Ah, I could never do that. As soon as I walk up to him, my brain would turn off and I just start blabbing nonsense. Well, that's nothing that can't be fixed by Natsuki-senpai. You just need practice. Yeah, and anyway, you couldn't do worse than Hana did last year. Remember that? She couldn't show her face for a week. Ooh, my god, I remember. That was so gross. Bathroom resounds with harsh laughter. I'm gonna take a smoke break. Catch you guys later. Bye, Natsuki. Gosh, are they always like that? Eh, not always. They just have a habit of coming back to that kind of thing now and then. And again, it's irritating. I don't see why they always have to talk down on people. I wish we could just be silly and gossip about fun stuff. Or at least only tear down people who deserve it. Yeah, but who decides when someone deserves it? Good question. Good question. I mean, I've I've seen enough of that kind of drama around the DDLC modding community that it's just so tiresome. Some hmm, some certain people who I don't know. I don't know if I even want to get into it. Let's just say I've witnessed some people who really don't deserve to be teared down get torn down the worst, and it's like I look at it and go, what's wrong with people, you know? But oh well. Anyway, moving on. Yeah. I wouldn't worry about it too much. That's just the way people are. Many of them are just compelled to define themselves by thinking they're better than others. It's distasteful. That's the vast majority of human beings for you. But then, look at me, talking down to a group of people who aren't present, yeah. Just... And hey, and look at me, also doing exactly that. Talking down to the people who talk down to people. How dare they? Um... Anyway. Even I am not exempt. Ah, don't be like that. I think you're a way cooler person than any of those girls. Aw. I don't think I've ever heard you really talk shit about anyone. Except me, of course, but back during the week of the festival. You know I didn't mean all that, right? I was just everything else happening. Really, you're the best friend I've ever had. No, let's keep blushing. This is getting meta go on. Well, yeah, you're mine too. It feels kind of weird saying that. Little smile on Yuri's face there. It's adorable. Like we weren't supposed to acknowledge it or something. But I'm glad. It's really nice having you as a friend, Yuri. Alright, enough of this. It's starting to get weird. I'm not used to you being so sincerely nice for so long. Well, yeah. You need to make some snarky comment to restore the balance. Well, I would, but I need to return to my golden throne. My adoring fans require my presence. How's that? To be honest, I kind of wanted to hear your long, boring speech about the ocean. Aw. Well, it kind of ruins the effect if you're so nice to me afterwards. But still pretty good, I'd say. I probably should go back down. It's been about the length of a smoke break, and despite their faults, they're actually pretty fun to hang out with most of the time. It's funny. She claims to want a smoke break so she could talk to Yuri, but didn't actually smoke during it. Anyway, see you at the club. See you at the club today. Of course. That was cute. That was a cute little interaction. It's really fun to eat in the lunchroom with you. MC and Sayori giggle and briefly hold hands. Yeah, she looks like she's giggling. Many other students stare at and point out to each other. Everyone's looking at us. Aren't you a little bit embarrassed? I had to give us a chemistry lesson and then Nat and you give us an exercise in romantic chemistry. Haha, yeah. Nah, not really. Like I said, I like sitting out here with you. I mean, spending a lot of time with just you and me over the summer was a lot of fun. But this is kind of novel, isn't it? I think it's kind of fun. It's just nice to be out in public with you, I guess. And everyone know that we're together, don't you think? I'm really glad for everyone to know we're together. It makes me feel really excited. And, I don't know, proud, I guess? Like, look at me. I managed to land the best guy ever. How did the worst girl in the world manage that? Anyway, yeah, I like that people know. I just wish they wouldn't point and stare. It makes me feel nervous. Hmm? Question mark? Everything okay, MC? This is about the fact that she said she's the worst girl. I wish you wouldn't say things like that. What? That things make you feel nervous? I think you might be disappointed. I get nervous pretty easily. You know that's not what I mean. I mean, I wish you wouldn't say things like you're the worst girl in the world. I don't get why not. I mean, it's just how I feel. And I don't mind. I'm happy with it as long as you're happy with it. I'm not happy with it, though. Not because I think you are bad in any way, but because you think you are. But why would that upset you? Why are you reacting like this is news, Sayori? Like, this is... Okay, moving on. It's just dumb old Sayori feeling dumb Sayori things. As long as I don't do things that affect you, it's alright, isn't it? Well, first I should say that it's always alright no matter what. There's something you could say or do or be that wouldn't make me happy to be with you, always. But when it comes to you saying and feeling all those bad things about yourself, yeah, it makes me feel bad. Now don't freak out, let me explain. I know it's a terrible fear for you to feel like you're making anyone feel bad in any way, but just bear with me. I love you, Sayori, and that means I empathize with you. When you feel bad, I feel bad. All I ever wanted is to have you be genuinely happy and warm inside. You know, like this is I mean this is the reason Sayori doesn't normally say those things though, because she doesn't want people to feel bad. This is so like this could be feeding into her worst fears kind of thing here. I mean, I don't know how much they've talked about this. It's just boring. We need more chemical explosions. Haha, yeah. Anyway, moving on. But when you hurt, I hurt too. That's not your fault or something wrong with you or something you should feel ashamed about. That's just how I feel. It's not something you can fix in me by trying to remove yourself from my life either, because that just makes me feel even worse. You know, MC, like this is why we're trying to get her professional help. Like, you're kind of reinforcing all her you know, like negative thought patterns here. I don't know if this is the best way to be addressing her. I don't know. Um, yeah, incidentally, I feel like I need to expand on what I was talking about yesterday in yesterday's stream. Like, because I was harping on the whole, lobotomizing her friends thing. Uh, you know, Sayori trying to alter everyone's character files. The um, like, how do I put this? Like, in the real world, if someone did anything like even close to what Sayori did at the end of last season, like, then I just wouldn't be friends with them anymore. And the fact that they're continuing to be friends with her after that, I mean, they're either like super overly trusting, or or this is a reflection of the nature of the world that they're in, that they're the only one, the five members of the club are the only ones that know the state of the world and so on. There's a simulation, yada yada yada, and feel like they need to stick together, even though one of them is so unstable that she tried to lobotomize everybody out of some kind of deluded way of thinking that it's not entirely clear she doesn't still feel that way. Like it doesn't feel that that was the right thing to do. It was never. It didn't look like it was comfortably resolved in such a way that like it. I mean, it looks like it wasn't talked out, and she wasn't convinced that she should never do that again. Like that's just whole, like, I don't know. It just generally feels unresolved, and like hopefully like seeking out therapy or whatever would help work on some of the issues that initiated that, even if she can't openly talk about everything that she did with a therapist. But uh, sorry. So he wants to just see a chemical explosion. Gametes have a lot of chemicals, right? Haha. They had some practice with Monica's actions. Maybe they were in a more forgiving place. Well, yeah. I mean, absolutely. Monica believes that she's incapable of doing it without Monica's code. Well, sure. I mean, like, she might not be able to do anything as drastic as she attempted to do, but like this is still something that needs some kind of resolution. Um, like the fact that she was able to pull herself from the brink once doesn't mean that the crisis is over, as far as I'm concerned. Um, like the fact that she got to that point, that brink, is like a sign that serious intervention is needed, Frank, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know. This is all fiction. This is me, pointlessly speculating about stuff which is already written anyway. And maybe you're all biting your tongues about what's coming up, and I'm just this is just I don't know. It's kind of thing that makes me uneasy, or would make me uneasy. It just I guess I'm just gonna move on. We'll see where this goes. Uh, but MC saying this makes me feel worse. Like, come on, MC. Like, just this whole notion that Sayori is doing things that make you feel worse is what put her in that state to begin with, right? Like, that's why she did like everything last season. Like, you did that stupid ill-advised relationship with Kenzo because MC said that he was afraid of like the problems of being in a relationship, and how she feels, and yada yada yada, and it's just Like, this is... I feel like this isn't the best thing to be saying. I don't know. Like... I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know what's the best solution for because the problem, the biggest problem is, like I keep saying, Sayori keeps getting in her own way. Like, she isn't willing to seek therapy. But anyway, let's see where it goes. Yeah, especially because I know that you'd be really unhappy about it. Is any of this making sense? I'm trying to listen to it for what you're saying and not what I'm afraid it means, because most of my brain is just screaming that I am the cause of something unpleasant to you. Yeah, there you go. And I need to make it stop by any means necessary? I know, but the reason I tell you is that is that I want you to be okay with it. There are no relationships where the people don't occasionally cause each other problems. I'm definitely going to be a source of plenty of problems for you. So I don't know. I guess I'm hoping that you can be okay with the idea that I'll be bad. I'll feel bad for you, and that as long as you keep hating yourself, it'll cause me pain. And I'm not saying you have to fix it. Just that we should be okay with that and not let it ruin the happiness we do have. But it. Sarah looks quickly around the room and takes a deep breath and continues in a calmer voice. But I don't want to cause you any pain. I feel like that's rational whether I'm depressed or not. Isn't it? Of course it is. The point is, I love you completely, and causing pain or not doesn't matter to that. Just know that as long as you feel bad about yourself, I'll be there feeling bad with you. And that's because I love you. I can't help it, just like you can't help it. So my suggestion is that we just learn to live with the things we can't help and be as happy as we can. There you go. That whole serenity prayer thing. Be aware of what you can and can't help. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to start heading to class. We'll talk more about this later if you want. Just don't ever doubt that I love you the best, you sweet cinnamon bun. MC plants a kiss on Sarah's forehead, then leaves. A few people in the cafeteria can be heard saying, "Aww." Man, just giving in to despair was a lot less complicated than this. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the problem. Nasuke, I pray for the strength to change what I can, the inability to accept what I can, and the incapacity to tell the difference. Haha. Yeah. A lot less effort. I need a quieter place to think. Are you sure about that, Sayori? Are you sure that's what you need? Like, I don't know. I mean, I get that the results of the conversation between MC and Yuri in yesterday's episode was MC saying, well, maybe I should make it about myself so that Sayori will be more likely to respond and get help. But I sort of feel like MC failed to turn this conversation around into, and therefore you should seek professional help. He's missing that vital component of this conversation. So I'm a little concerned, but okay, moving on. The science classroom is empty. All looks clear in here. Now I need to think. Yes, let's. Not you. You're not invited. You can't keep me away forever. Maybe, but I can for a little while. Now what am I going to do about MC? It's like there's no good way out. He feels bad if I hate myself. He feels bad if I try to keep him away so he won't feel bad. And the alternatives feel impossible. What am I supposed to do? 2 more classes to go, although after this one I need to go right next week's quiz. I wish we had private offices. Communal working spaces are hard to concentrate in. But for now, time to prep the classroom. Ooh-ah! Miss Ida, you startled me. And sorry about that, Sayori. And what brings you to my classroom? Couldn't get enough of me after last year? Well, I did really like having you as a teacher, but I just came in here because it was empty. I needed a quiet place to think about stuff. You don't usually seem like the introspective type, Sayori. Is everything okay? Anything I can help with? No, everything's great. No, it isn't. Everything's going really well with MC. No, it isn't. Well, that's good to hear. To be honest, I'm pretty sure everyone was wondering when two would end up together. Kenzo's a very nice boy, but you hadn't been at his side for side your whole life with MC. Probably best if I don't ask what's going on there. You have no idea. This is it interstellar action time? Interstellar action? I don't get it. But however you got there, I'm glad you're happy. You're not. You never will be. I really am. And so far, I really like all my classes and teachers this year, too. So things are really looking up. You will fail at everything you ever attempt. That's wonderful, Sayori. An introspection joke? Okay. This is the first introspection joke? Okay. Have you guys started the literature club up again? Yeah, we started last week. And we have a meeting today, too. We're going to share poems about school subjects. I thought it was a little bit silly as a poem topic, but everyone's such a good poet. So I'm looking forward to reading everyone's poems. That does seem like a strange topic for poetry. How do you guys decide on poetry topics? Usually Monica just gives us a topic. Right. She's the president of the club. Yeah, like the one person on the side hasn't talked to yet. Episode 13, Sayori learns the word introspection as you notice it, and she spends the rest of the season trying to get it right as a running gag. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, you just spoiled the joke for me now. I hope you're happy, Dev. I have to admit, I'm kind of curious about what poems about school subjects would sound like. Do you think it would be alright if I stopped by to hear your poems? Oh, really? I think this is the kind of thing that, like, Monica wanted to avoid at all costs. Well, usually we just pass them around and read them rather than read them out loud, but I'd be fine to have you visit. I'd be fine to have you visit at least. You should probably ask Monica though, and I know that some of the other club members get nervous because the club is like a haven for them, like Yuri, Natsuki too, although she'll try to play it off like she's fine. Yeah, it sounds like Natsuki alright. And I certainly don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. Well, I have a meeting with Monica later today anyway, I'll ask her then. Oh, is that so? That's the meeting that she's alluding to. Yay! I think it'd be a lot of fun to have a visitor. Anyway, it looks like you need the classroom, so I'll do my intersection somewhere else. Yeah. That's introspection. Right, introspection. Talk to you soon, Miss Ida. Such a nice girl. Always so positive. Seems like whatever was going on with Natsuki and MC didn't affect her. It does seem strange that she wouldn't know anything about whatever happened to MC. Seems like those two have always been close. I'm not sure why exactly, but whatever happened at the literature club just makes me more and more curious. Part of it is probably that I'm a scientist at heart and can't resist an unexplained mystery. But more importantly, these are my students, and it seems like whatever happened to them was unsettling, at the very least. If there's anything I can do to help them, it's my duty as a teacher to find out what. It's quite a puzzle. MC and Natsuki say something incredibly bizarre happened, but Yuri and Sayori say there was nothing, and Sayori was very convincing. Hopefully Monica will let me observe. She seems like a bright girl. She's the only one of them I haven't talked to yet. But first, time to get set up for next class. MC is walking very quickly down the hallway. I'm going to go on a tangent about how this would likely be perceived as creepy if Miss Ida was a male, but I don't want to steal Tori's main gimmick. Just kidding, haha. No, that's a fair point. Yeah, gender roles, gendered expectations, definitely play would play a role in that case for sure. Yeah. I mean, there is that gendered expectation of women like, you know, particularly I don't want to say older women, but women of a certain age. I guess Messiah is supposed to be like middle aged, or I don't know how old is she? She's still kind of young. I don't know. Anyway, I guess just women in general, really. They expected to have more motherly air, I guess, is what I'm getting at. Um, there's like a gendered expectation of being more nurturing or whatever, and yeah, there'd be a very different energy if it was a male teacher coming into this club full of mostly girls instead of a female teacher. Um, yeah. For that matter, they're maybe very different, you know, energy, gender dynamic, whatever, from the fact that I'm, 41-year-old male doing this stuff, these streams, and this interaction that I've been doing with the DDLC mod community compared to like if I was a woman doing the same. Something to think about, I suppose. Anyway, moving on. MC is walking very quickly down the hallway. He runs into someone and falls, scattering papers everywhere. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh, sorry about that. I didn't see you there at all. Oh, don't worry about it, MC. I'll just take it out of your next literature club paycheck. I'm not sure Just a joke, MC. Where are you off to? Just heading to class. I've been having a hard time understanding the first couple of weeks of physics, so I'm going to study a little bit before class starts. That's smart. I found physics a little hard too. Not only is there a lot of hard math, there's really weird conceptual issues too. Yeah, exactly. So what are you doing? You sure were carrying a lot of papers. Oh, this is actually for the literature club. Gosh, all that? Yep. It's annual review time with the student council soon. My favorite, ha ha ha. Gosh, I never realized it was so much work. Well, it's not too bad. It just always gets really intense when review time comes around. Have to keep convincing them every year that we deserve our own room and light funding and that we don't need an advisor. Well, good luck. Really hope none of those things ever changes. What do you use the funding for anyway? Well, I saved it for a while and got the laptop that we used to show mods and emails, the one that stays in the classroom. I also use it to refill the snack basket, and sometimes I use it to get bacon greens for Natsuki so she can make us stuff. All very good uses of the money, I'd say. And so would I. And don't worry too much about things changing. They do always put a lot of pressure on me since we get treated differently than other clubs. So I'm guessing this is the meeting with Ida that Ida's or Miss Ida's alluding to. Anyway, but I always manage to convince them to leave us alone. Remind me to never get on your bad side. Enough about me. How are you and Sayori? I hear you guys are making out in lunchroom today. We weren't making out, we just held hands. And I kissed her on the forehead. I'm kidding. All I actually heard was that you guys are holding hands. Though I wouldn't be surprised if making out actually was the rumor, given how quickly people blow things up around here. But anyway, it seems like things are going well with you and her, then? Well, yes and no. I am very happy to be with her all the time, and we're pretty lovey-dovey. Problem is that she's only happy some of the time, and the rest of the time she's really not. You know. Yeah, I do. Have you tried talking with her about it? Yeah, a little. She tends to try to change the topic. Yes, she's good at that. And I presume better at it now that she has access to girlfriend distraction methods. Yes. Anyway, yeah, she keeps changing the topic. I mean, she'll talk about her depression, no problems there, but I ask her to try and get help, new topic immediately. She really doesn't want to talk about it, huh? No, she does not. It's not even that she doesn't want to talk about it. It's the fact that she doesn't want help. It's not even that she doesn't want help. It's the fact that she doesn't want to get better is the concerning thing. She even outright stated it in the last episode. So I sort of feel like MC needs to zero in on that point. Like, why don't you want to get better? Like, I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. Moving on. No, she does not. I know it's. Excuse me. ProCube, hey, welcome to the stream. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I had a dream that I stayed up until 7 a.m. that I woke up from at 1 p.m. It was wild. Yeah. Yeah, I've I had weird dreams like that. How far into the episode are we? We're a little less than an hour in. Apparently this is a Miss Ida-centered episode. And she even has her own sprite now, which is kind of neat. Club session hasn't started yet. Monica's on her way to a student council meeting, which is apparently, I guess, is going to include Miss Ida, where she has to justify I was going to say justify the existence of the club, or like justify the resources they use, because they apparently have in addition to the snack basket, they have a laptop which they use for the mods and emails and stuff. About 1/3? Oh, really? We're a third of the way into it? Okay. Hour and 55 minutes remain until I must go. Oh, okay, I should probably pick up the pace then. Best girl, Miss Ida, yeah. Anyway, moving on. Oh, no longer a random girl silhouette. Yeah. I know it's because it's hard for her to seek out help. Oh yeah, they're talking about Sayori right now. It's a lot of work and she doesn't feel ready to do it. I guess I don't really know what to do other than bring it up gently every now and again. Yeah, that seems safest. I did talk to Yuri about it, and I asked her for advice. I'm surprised you went to Yuri first rather than Natsuki. Natsuki be any better? I mean, Natsuki's kind of has her own struggles with her friend group. Not just that Natsuki has her own struggles. Natsuki's been like super overbearing about the whole thing, about trying to get them together in the first place. I don't know, if I was in MC's position, I think I would have trouble turning to Natsuki about it too. Anyway, although I guess you do have some reason to. Yeah, Yuri was really helpful when I was still pursuing Sayori, I guess. She had a lot of really helpful advice. Her and Natsuki both. I remember. They told me about it. All about how they taught you the meaning of true love and how to woo your fair damsel. If that's the way you want to put it. But yeah, they were very helpful. I guess I would say Natsuki kind of helped me understand what to do, and Yuri helped me understand how I felt and how Sayori felt. So I guess I went to Yuri because I wanted to understand better how Sayori felt again. Yeah, seems logical. I felt like her poem from last week was trying to tell me something. You remember the one about getting out of bed? Monica nods. Another full body nod. So I took it to Yuri and I asked her what she thought of the whole situation, what she thought the poem meant, and if she had any advice. And what did she say? Well, she just started to analyze the poem from a literary perspective, but the way she did it, I started to think that maybe it was a metaphor for Sayori having trouble motivating herself to get help. Or knowing Yuri, she most likely already thought that and cleverly led you into thinking the same thing. And maybe, yeah, but if so, I think she was right. Anyway, she thought that as long as I made it about Sayori needing to get help, Sayori would have trouble with it. So she thought I needed to frame it to Sayori as I, MC, need you, Sayori, to get help. Because she thinks as long as I tell her it's something I need, she's more likely to act on it. That's probably true. One of these episodes, Dev is going to play the nod transform with no action description, right? Yeah. Oh, never. Yeah. It's not like it's identical to the pre-existing div transform. What do you think of the idea? Well, I think it's true too, but I'm still uncomfortable with it. Seems a little bit like tricking her into doing it. Yeah, it does feel a little odd, doesn't it? I'd certainly be a little reluctant to take advantage of a known weakness like that in Sayori. Yeah, and I have to say, I mean, it is one of those weird conceptual things. Like, I mean, speaking for myself, I'm sort of like a people-pleasing personality, and I generally want to help others, and I'm not very good at asking for help for myself, and sometimes I have to remind myself that, hey, you know, some people like helping others too, and by accepting others' help, maybe I'm helping them feel good about themselves by giving them the chance to help me, you know? Like, sometimes you have to reconceptualize it like that, if that makes sense. Well, I can take advantage of a known weakness? Yeah, I don't know, you know, I mean, Dev kind of pointedly drew attention to Monica being quote unquote manipulative at the end of the last season. Is it? I don't know. Is that really a core feature of Monica though? Like I mean, I sort of feel like that's more like being manipulative is more Sayori's thing than Monica's really. Not. I mean, I don't know. I guess there are different levels of manipulation. Because like I was saying, like if you define manipulation broadly enough, then pretty much everything is manipulation. Because generally, when you're talking to someone, you're trying you're trying to get someone to do something. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. But at the same time, is there a better way to do things? I mean, after all, we're trying to help her with something she desperately needs help on. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what I've been saying. I don't know if you're looking for my advice, but I'd say you should do it if you can't think of anything better to convince her. Surely not. Well, I already have been trying to do it. Not that it's going to work right away, I guess. Kind of hard to tell what effect it's having on her at all, if any. I'm glad you think that. Makes me feel less guilty about it. Thanks for the talk, Monica. I'll see you in club. Bye, MC. Watch where you're walking. Yeah. He sure is trying hard to be a good boyfriend. And really just a good friend in general, I guess. Sarah really does need the help. I would try to help, but I don't think there's anything I can do more than MC can. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that, Monica. I mean, back at the end of the season, when Sayori started altering everyone, she altered MC first and then got rid of him because she said she couldn't stand looking at him any longer. And then she cleared Natsuki and Yuri out of the room, and she left Monica unaltered for a little longer to talk to her, which was an interesting choice. Which seems to suggest that Monica still maybe on some level means something more to her than the other club members. Maybe even more than MC on some level. I don't know. I think there could be a chance that Monica could say something that would get through to Sayori, you know? Maybe not. I mean, yeah, Sayori brushed it off back in episode 12, but I don't know. Yeah, moving on. Other than just be there for Sayori, which I've been trying to do, but on to other business. Did you see much more of Miss Ida? Or I guess I'll save it. I mean, I saw some more of her, I guess. Not a whole lot more, but yeah. Good. It did seem like the game went back to her after I talked to you. So, did you learn anything important from her? Yes, no, not really comfortable spying on her? Oh, interesting. Important? I mean, from the standpoint of the club and so on. I mean, we learned that she was curious about the club, but we already knew that. We learned that she's considering dropping in on the club. That was the. I guess that's a thing. So yeah, let's say yes. I guess. Excellent. So what'd you find out? She's interested in the quote incident unquote. She's more curious and suspicious. She wants to visit the club to observe poems. I mean, that was the thing that I was thinking would be worth bringing up, really. Interested in the incident? I mean, that's I guess that's true as well. Although, I mean, I sort of feel like Monica's going to find out this anyway. Presumably, Masaida's going to be at this meeting that Monica's heading towards. I believe these all get selected eventually. Yeah. Huh. I mean, I sort of feel like it's a toss-up between these two. I think on balance, I think I'm gonna lean towards this one because I have a feeling Ida's about to ask Monica about visiting regardless. So I'm gonna select this one. Being is just with Miss Ida, not with the student council yet. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. They were talked about in separate conversations. I sort of figured they're the same thing. Anyway, moving on. Well, yeah, I could have told you that. Although she doesn't know what the incident is yet, thankfully. I'm not sure why she's so gung-ho about it exactly. I mean, I know how it all apparently started for her, but I'm not sure why she's still interested or hasn't dropped it yet, I guess. Whatever the cause, that's the problem, is that she's interested. We decided we really should not just tell her the truth, because if we tell her, there's a good chance we'll lose control over who knows. And that would be a problem. Plus, it seems cruel to subject other people to the knowledge that we have. It's hard enough for us to get through it, you know? Why subject other people to the same thing? That's why it's really important that we figure out how to stonewall her without raising her suspicions. So once again, anything I can use? Oh, okay. Oh, we're going through all three of them? Alright. She wants to visit the club to observe poems. That's a little alarming. And it will trouble the others, especially Yuri. I wonder if I could convince her not to come. No, that would probably only make her more interested. We'll need to act normal. Either skip emails today or make sure she's gone by then. Oh, you're not gonna skip emails. Come on, you got this fandom writing to you as if you're a real person for the past year. I don't see this mod skipping emails. Anyway. It'd probably be pretty hard to explain that part of the club away to her. Wait, what was today's poetry topic? It wasn't anything meta or real world related, was it? Oh wait, no, just school subjects. That's probably safe enough. I hope. I'll have to make sure with everyone. I can probably convince her gently to leave after poems are done. And maybe if the free time activity is benign enough, she can stay for that too. Just need to think of an organic way to get her to leave without it seeming like we're trying to get her to leave. Anything else? Okay, she's more curious and suspicious. Interesting. I guess that makes sense. She's a pretty adventurous soul, I hear. And she's a science teacher. The problem is that if she's curious, we need to give her an answer. Otherwise, she'll never leave us alone. But I can't think of what answer to give her that will satisfy her. Something where MC and Noski had an extraordinary experience, but the rest of us are clueless. At the very least, I think I need to try to decoy her away from the Literature Club. I just need to think of the best way to do that. Well, it's time for my meeting with her. Thanks for all the information. It was all pretty helpful. Guess I should probably warn everyone before club today. But for now, time to head out. Wish me luck. Oh, good luck, Monica, I guess. Miss Ida wants to visit the club today for poems. Maybe for other activities too. We may have to cancel emails. Oh, yeah, I was gonna tell you, but you found out really fast. And Tormius told me. Makes sense. Can I opt out of sharing while she's there? Jeez, Yuri, I know you're shy, but come on, it's just us reading it. Actually, it works for her to be shy. Maybe she'll feel like she's making us uncomfortable and it would be better if she left. Fiendish Monica Flott. I really am kind of shy about it, you know that. I know, don't worry, no one has to share it if they don't want to. Hope she leaves fast, don't want to cancel half the club. I know. Don't worry, if we cut out too much of club, we'll just pick it up somewhere else. How about free time? Well, if you get picked for the free time choice, just make sure it's not anything weird or meta. Man, this sucks. Just looking forward to regular club. It'll still be fun, you guys. We'll find a way. And here's Miss Ida. The achievement unlocked aided and abetted Monica in her scheming. Haha, yeah. I mean, how differently would it play out if we hadn't had the conversation with Monica? I mean, presumably, I expect Miss Ida would bring it up with Monica here. The conversation would be slightly different because Monica wouldn't expect it, but then she'd text everyone about it afterward anyway. So it probably comes out the same. Anyway, hello, Miss Ida. Hi, Monica. Thanks for coming to see me. I know you're a very busy student. Oh, it's not a problem at all, Miss Ida, although I do try to keep myself as busy as I can. I have to admit I was a little confused when you asked me to come by. I don't think I've ever had a class with you. No, you haven't. I was just curious about the literature club. Oh, the club I run. What makes a science teacher interested in the literature club? Well, I only have a passing interest in literature, but a few of my students speak very highly of your club and seem to have had some interesting experiences there, so I was just curious to see what it was like. Plus, I saw your presentation at the Fall Festival and it piqued my interest. Well, all we did was read some poems. Did a particular one catch your interest? Yuri's tea poem, perhaps? Bernowski's book poem was really good too. Or wait, I know. Hmm? I know Sari had her Actually, I was more interested in your poem. Mine? To thanks. Oh no. Lack of consistency. Oh no. Dev. Oh no. I thought we fixed that issue. There will be no consistency. Yeah. To thanks. I never think my poetry is very good though. The others are much better than I am at it. You shouldn't sell yourself short like that. I thought it was very good, although I couldn't quite figure out what it was really about. Maybe you could enlighten me about that. Well, it was about a dream I had. A kind of a nightmare, really. I don't remember it too well now, but I do remember slowly being frozen. I don't think all the imagery that ended up in being in the poem was in the dream. Some of it was personal stuff that seemed to fit the situation, but mostly I was just fascinated by the image from the nightmare, and I thought it would make for a good poem. Well, that makes sense. Monica, if you don't mind, I have a request to make. What's that? I'd like to come and watch a little bit of the literature club. Would that be alright? Why, of course. It'd be lovely to have a guest. My only request is this. Some of our members are very easily socially overloaded, and they come to the club as a bit of a refuge. I don't think they'd mind you staying for poems and a bit of free time, but they'd probably tense up if they were being watched the entire time. So, would it be alright if they could have a little bit of time to themselves? Sure, that's fine. That's very considerate of you. I know Yuri can be very shy sometimes. I'll leave before too long. I'm just curious as to what your process is for writing poems and that kind of thing. I was very impressed at the festival. Well, we look forward to having you there then. See you soon. Until then. Well, that was kind of dicey. Hopefully she doesn't poke around too much. But really, my main concern is that she actually will freak out the others. They really do use the club as a place to escape and feel safe, especially Yuri and Natsuki. Hopefully she won't disrupt that too much, although if she does, I guess that's a good excuse to have her leave. Thanks for warning me about what she wanted to do. I was able to play it off pretty well as a result, I think. Anyway, I need to head over to the club room. I'm going to be a little late as it is. Hopefully things aren't too out of control over there. Anyway, yeah. Monica is walking towards the club room. Oh, hey. Funny meeting you here again so soon. Usually I'd expect you to join us inside the club room. I wonder if the game... Monica listens near the club room door. Why the game's suddenly outside? Monica listens near the club room door. Things you don't say, and also... Stop! Gonna get in trouble! Absolutely effing truth. Guys! Has not been Never will be. Ha ha ha. Well, I think I've heard enough. Yuri is laughing hysterically while Natsuki is pulling on her hair. Sayori's between them trying to push them apart. MC is sitting in his school desk propping his head up with one hand with a resigned grin on his face. Is this their reaction to Miss Ida coming? Are they trying to deter her from staying or something? And that's enough. Sorry, Monica. Honestly, I'm not here for 2 minutes. Natsuki, no violence in the literature club. Yuri, no intentionally provoking Natsuki with the manga debate. Natsuki, do not let yourself be provoked. Sayori, thank you for trying to restore order. And MC, carry on as you have been. You've got it, Madam President. Now, we need to quickly decide what we're doing for club when Miss Ida gets here. We can either do poems for free time first. I know usually we choose randomly for who gets to decide our free time activity. But mine is, how to put it, really normal seeming to an outsider. So maybe it would be a good thing to do today. Sounds good. What's the plan? This isn't going to take forever like your last activity, is it? Well, not too long, no. It is what we all read and discuss a whole play, but the play isn't that long, and reading it shouldn't take too much time at all. That does seem very pleasantly literary. Do you have the play? Yes, I printed out some copies of the script for everyone. Well then, let's get to reading and looking appropriately studious. Since we're only using CGs for emotionally impactful moments, let's just describe the scene. Yeah. Provoking a mental image is very useful. I'm sorry. Look, I like the commissioning artist, but I don't have that much money. Yeah. Provoking mental image is very usefully proved. Yeah. Well, anyway. I don't often come to this part of the school. The science department got its own new fancy building a few years back. Let's see, I'm looking for room 3L. Ah, here it is. I should try to see what they're doing before they know I'm here. Sounds quiet inside. Let's see if I can take a peek through these high windows. Wait, what? These high windows? Not these ones? Trying to be extra sneaky, like try to peek here where fewer people will see, or something. Anyway, looks like they're just reading. Even Natsuki. I'll have to ask them later how they managed to get her to just settle in and read quietly. Mom seems ashamed to disturb them, but here we go. Hello, everyone. Hello, Miss Ida. Welcome to our humble club room. I would introduce you, but I believe you already know everyone else. We're just spending the first bit of our time on an activity Yuri suggested. We're reading and discussing the script of a play called The Sunset Limited. I don't think I've heard of that one. What's it about? Well, it's a play set in a single room with only two characters. We don't know their names, they're only called Black and White in the script. It's set in America. White is a white atheist college professor who believes life is meaningless and filled with suffering. So he determines to commit suicide, but he's saved by Black. Black is a black evangelical Christian and ex-convict who believes in life having purpose and redemption. So they go back to Black's apartment, and that's where the play starts up. It's basically just the two of them debating the problem of evil, the meaning of human existence, and so forth. But it's very thoughtfully written and compelling. I see. Pretty dark stuff for high school, if you say so. But that makes for some of the best literature. It's pretty hard to write literature that's just sweetness and light. It's so hard to find really good art where happiness isn't sweetest when defined against suffering. Yeah, it's funny. Whenever Sayori does the thing, she only does it once, and then she lowers her hands again. Like it's very consistent across the entirety of season 1. So it's not. I know as much as I joke about it. It's and this gosh darn headphone cord is caught in the wheel of my chair. Bear with me. Yeah, it's sneaky Ida. Yeah, I don't know. Aside from that, like I think there was one scene in episode 1 where Monica alternated perfectly between point and hip and point and hip and point and hip. But for the most part, they're doing the alternating arms. They just do it once and then they stop. That's, I don't know. Having made multiple mods myself, I just I zero in on like uninteresting details like that. Moving right along. Hard to find really good art where happiness isn't sweetest when defining against suffering, like Shakespeare. Even in his comedies, sad things have to happen before happy things can, right? I suppose that's true. Never really thought about it that way. You guys think pretty deeply about literature, huh? We sure do. And you must if even you are talking about the artistic value of sadness, Sayori. Yeah, even I talk about sad or dark stuff in here a lot, but I try my best to bring it back to being happy. She sure does. And a very good job she does of it too. MC squeezes Sayori lovingly with one arm. Aw. You're a very lucky man, MC. I sure am. Anyway, I think we're all done reading. I'm late. Oh hey, welcome to the stream, BG Sweet. How's it going? Yeah, we're, Miss Ida has a sprite now, apparently. I mean, she's not on the screen right now. Feels a bit of a waste, but she's finally visited the club room. So, anticipating some kind of shenanigans, I guess. Anyway, I think we're all done reading. No, we're not. I think all of us except Natsuki are done reading. Do you want a copy of the script, Miss Ida? We're about to discuss it, and it might help you to follow along. Sure, I'd love a copy. Manga hands me her photocopied script. Yes, still Miss Ida's perspective, I guess. It's not that long. It would probably take me an hour to read all of this. Probably not much point to trying to read the whole thing now. It looks like the club has already been at it for a while. Maybe I'll just skim it while Natsuki finishes reading. Spooky Waters. I'm imagining Sayori striking hand poses like Kamen Rider or one of the Sailor Senshi whenever she gets enthusiastic about her lit club vice president role. Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. The plot is as Yuri described it. Vice president of the literature club commands it. Yeah. Swing! Or however that sound effect went. Anyway. Two characters argue about whether life is meaningful. Each is a powerful proponent of their point of view. The writer ultimately sets up Black's arguments, the ones that are positive and life-affirming, to ring somewhat hollow. And at the end of the story, White gets up again, presumably to commit suicide, and Black does not stop him. Said he has a crisis of faith, asking God why he sent White if it wasn't to help save him. Sorry, what? White gets up again. Black does not stop him. It said, oh, sorry. Black is asking God why he sent White if it wasn't to help save him. Okay. I was momentarily confused because the previous sentence started with White gets up again, and I thought this is still continue. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, it's a morbid play. Yeah, okay. I'm not familiar with it, to be honest. Anyway, very dark story indeed. All done, Natsuki. Yes, Monica. I'm finished. Here continues to be a noted Cormac McCarthy fan. Okay. Yeah, it's worth looking up later. Sorry that some of us take the time necessary to really digest a text. Of course, Natsuki, of course. So what did everyone think? Who wants to lead us off? Well, I thought it was well written. One of the cooler things about it is how both of them speak so eloquently despite their different backgrounds. They're both very intelligent in their way, so they're able to understand each other. In the end, though, I think it's a little limited by the scope. It's just a very fancy philosophy debate. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like that's the kind of the whole point of the novel. Anyway, and I think that the author already knew who he wanted to have win the debate when he started, so it seems a little unfair. Can I ask a question? Sure. Did the overall tone bother you at all? The plot seems very heavy and there's kind of an oppressive atmosphere over the whole thing. Did it make it unpleasant to read? Well, I definitely agree about that atmosphere being there, but I think that's part of the point of it. Honestly, it didn't seem that bad. They were discussing some pretty serious stuff, true, but at the end of the day, they are just sitting around a coffee table talking, and nothing else really happens. And I guess I'd say that at the same time, that's both the main selling point and the biggest drawback. Yeah, is a fairly nuanced take on the style of it. I'm surprised that they're not really that bothered by the pessimistic, dark tone. Are you, Miss Ida? Hmm. Is it that notable? Normally, I'd say it's fairly depressing for an 18-year-old. I really liked Black as a character. I think it's great how he gives everything he has to try how he gives everything he has to try to persuade White. Like, he really pours himself out from his soul or something. Sayori's a smart girl in her own way, but she was never the most verbally sophisticated girl. I think that, in the end, that's what's most persuasive about Black. Nothing he says can ever really reach White, and both of them know it. But the fact that he's still there is his argument. He's still trying to save this obviously hopeless case, trying to pull him back from the brink, and he gives everything for it, until, by the end, he's a ruined shell of a man. Yeah. Never heard Sayori speak like this. It's like she's just narrating a story playing in her head. She has that faraway look in the eyes that you get when you're talking about something while seeing it in your mind. So, if White is persuaded at all, maybe he'd be persuaded by how much Black was willing to sacrifice for him, and apparently for no benefit. Hmm. 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 Could this be applied to their situation somehow? Anyway, but he doesn't get to see Black's reaction, so who knows? Overall, I really liked it. I thought you might enjoy it, Sayori. You thought Sayori would enjoy such a bleak story? Well, not because it's bleak, but yes. Sayori has extremely complex and sophisticated taste in literature. I partially wanted us all to read this because I was curious what she would think of it. I see. Yeah, yeah. I hated it. Of course you did. Like, yeah, it was well written and all, but I guess I didn't understand the point of it, or maybe the point is that there is no point, or some pretentious crap like that. But if that's your view, then why write a play about it? Like, haha, oh well, I guess everything sucks and is meaningless. Let's all go step in front of trains. Oh, yikes. I mean, obviously the author doesn't think that. Maybe or maybe not. But isn't the point that provoked such a reaction in you? Like, clearly you have a strong viewpoint about the ideas the play is exploring. So for you, maybe the point is showing you that you think there is a point that should be made. Right, like I said, some pretentious crap. Natsuki is willful and confident as she always is. What did you think, Monica? It's complicated. In a lot of ways, I empathize with White far more than I do with Black. I mean, you would. I have basically the same worldview, I think, with one big exception. I think his abandonment of meaning is his own choice, not something intrinsic to the world. One big exception. Is Monica implying that in her case it is intrinsic to the world? Like her abandonment of meaning? Anyway. Like, yes, the world has no inherent meaning, and neither do human lives, but he chooses to see that as a permanent emptiness. And I see it as a blank canvas, you know? I think it is our responsibility to make our own meaning in the world. Yeah, there you go. I mean, they're kind of like two different views you can take out of nihilism. You know, the feeling of you know, if nothing is meaningful, like if there's no meaning in the world, then some people use that as an excuse to be selfish and, well, like, oh well, I guess I might as well live for myself. Or some use that as an excuse to be selfless and be like, well, if there's no meaning, then I might as well make some meaning and, like, be good to others and make people happy and stuff. You know, it's just yeah, like, nihilism doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. It's what you do with it. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. And I think it is also our responsibility to make that meeting a positive one. So in a way, I think that what he did was just giving up on a hard problem. Yeah. What he did was giving up. Uh, what he did was just give up on a hard problem. Perhaps. Anyway, moving on. Which is understandable in a way, but I think in the end he should have done better. Very interesting. So this is one of my favorite authors, Cormac McCarthy. I know you all are aware that I really like Lovecraft, and he writes much about fear of the unknown that could be out there in the universe, things that are disturbing because they are unknowable and exterior. Cormac McCarthy is different in almost every way except for one thing. He also writes about fear of the unknown, but his unknown is internal. It's about the terrifying things we don't know about ourselves. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, from the description. Yeah, anyway. And this is one of his most accessible examinations of the unknowable and interior that exists. So I was curious to see what you would all think of it. Yeah. I mean, I think, I don't know. Honestly, I think that's a good way to examine it, though. Like, having these two contrasting characters, like, talk about it. And MC talks about the setting being very limiting, but I sort of feel like there's a lot you can do with it. I mean, I think part of the appeal of writing DDLC mods in the first place is the fact that like everyone has such contrasting personalities that if I want to talk about a subject, I can come at it from like multiple angles, and like like have each of the characters represent different parts of my personality, I guess you could say. Like I'm writing when I'm writing from my own experience, but like these characters, yeah, I don't know, what am I trying to say here? Why are you putting actual literature discussion in your mod? They're supposed to be about romance and gory CGs. Haha, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna hold that thought. I'm gonna go use the washroom, and I will be right back. And I'm back. By God, there will be literature in this literature club. Yeah, I kind of made a joke about that in GGLC. At the end, Monica has a comment like, uh, 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 maybe we can talk about literature for once or something like that, sort of implying that they'd never get around to it. um, anyway, but yeah, what was I saying before? Oh yeah, talking about yeah, it's it's neat having all these characters together who are all very different because it gives you the opportunity to talk about complex things, um, you know, and have it be like a dialogue between people and represent all the different points of view and be like super analytical and stuff. Um, I don't know. It's just it's part of what makes this a fascinating setting for for these stories, for these mods. Anyway, moving on. Fascinating. So you guys take turns suggesting things for the club to do. Usually we pick something randomly. Pick someone randomly who gets to choose. But there are a few things we do all the time, like sharing poems every week. Speaking of which, wait, I kind of wanted to hear what Miss Ida thought of what she read. Yeah. Well, I didn't get that far, but I found the subtitle very interesting, a novel in dramatic form. The author almost just set this up as an old Socratic dialogue. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, yeah. Only there's much less back and forth. In the first half, Black tends to have most of the big moments and does most of the talking. He pours himself out, as Sayori put it, but all of that only provokes White more and more as time goes on, until his politeness cracks and he can't take any more. And I think Natsuki is right, the author knew all along how he wanted things to end, and he ends it with White taking the stage and just leveling poor Black with his nihilism. It's so bad and so final. By the end, White is almost pitying poor Black. He even apologizes to him. And we're left with the question, what does all of this mean? And like Yuri, I think that the author very much wants to leave it to the reader to decide. Is White just correct? Is Black correct but not strong enough? It's hard to argue that. Or more likely to me, are they both missing something? Yeah. I think they're both very much locked into their respective worldviews, and that those worldviews give their arguments power, but also deprive them of perspective. Perspective they could have used to untangle the problem they're grappling with, maybe. So, yeah, that's what I thought. Gosh, Miss Ida, are you sure you don't teach English? Yeah, that was some expert-level literary deconstruction. Well, I like to read as much as anyone, and I remember all my high school English teachers' thoughtful lectures. I guess I was just inspired by hearing you guys talking so intelligently about the text. Well, hopefully you won't judge our poetry too harshly against the professional writing we just read, because it's time to move on to poems. Just keep in mind that our poems are just damn sure works at best. Oh, I'm sure they're fine. I couldn't decide on the correct spelling of mustn't earlier, so no. Yeah. Here, let's start with mine. Our poems this week were supposed to be about school subjects, so keep that in mind. Just things. Things bumping into other things. That's all everything really is. And every collision, every path, as foreordained and predictable as the answer to 2 plus 2. Every dream, all your pain, all your love and every memory is a thing bumping into another thing. In that way, they and I are not that different. It seems to be about particle physics, or just the subject of physics in general. I mean, like, all matter is like constantly bumping into each other, pretty much. I mean, temperature is it is the movement of objects, like when the molecules in your hands are rubbing are vibrating against each other, and if you rub them together really fast, they warm up because they're moving against each other faster. And things that depending on the substance, like things move fast enough, they might break apart into clumps of molecules, which are liquids, or they might break off into individual molecules, which are a gas, and they go just bouncing around the room, bouncing off each other. Literature Club pandering to their special guest. Yeah. His physics. Yeah. Anyway, moving right along. I noticed you talk about physics a lot ever since you took it. I do like the poem. It ties the school subject into your usual Monica stuff. What's her usual Monica stuff? Monica likes to write poems that question the fundamental nature of reality. Here she has tied in an exploration of physics to break down barriers between different people. She reduces everyone, in any conceivable kind of reality, to things bouncing off of other things. In a way, it's very equalizing. I'm into this one, Monica, more than usual. I like how it gets out pretty fast after making its point. Efficient. It's very simple for a poem from you, I'd say, Monica. Usually I'd expect a bit more punctuation or rhythmic spacing. Yes, normally I would, but this poem didn't seem to have room for it. It was really a pretty short thought. I guess I thought it was a little too simple to deserve much stylizing. Well, for the future, not that this one was bad at all, but I love your stylizing of poems. It's very inspiring. Thanks, MC. Miss Ida, any thoughts since you're here? I think I agree with MC. I think the content is not the problem, but it lacks a distinctive voice. And the problem is not that you don't have a distinctive voice, clearly, since the people here say it's missing from this poem. Yeah, I seem to be. Miss Ida's voice currently seems to be just Monica's in a lower pitch at the moment. I don't really remember what voice I gave her before. It may have migrated, I'm not sure. But I think every thought you work on is probably worthy of putting your style on. And that's good advice. I probably got a little lazy on this one and thought the idea was enough to stand on its own, but really I should have crafted it more carefully and finally, every idea worth writing down is worth perfecting. And that's Monica's writing tip of the day. Who's next? I'll go. Oh, okay. And I thought that Yuri said that she didn't want to share if Ida was present. But I don't know, I guess she got more comfortable. I mean, she didn't see, Yuri hasn't seemed uncomfortable so far. Oh well, anyway, moving on. Amateur creator of universes. Here in this room, like threads on a loom, my imagination unfurls. The imitation of worlds is the fabrication of worlds. These strands expand, arcing across and downward in a single stroke, earthward. The bright sky founders. Look closely and you'll see. The world reflected inside me. So what subject are we talking about here? I mean, I guess like I was gonna say like English class in terms of like study of literature, or would this be Japanese class for her since this is in Japan? Oh hey, first time chatter. It's Femi. Hey, I love when I forget their voice. I just say they are probably an imposter and roll with it. There we go. That's it. Miss Ida's an imposter. If it was going to be anyone, it would have to be her. Imposter sus, yeah. Never really spoke before. Go me being mysterious. Yeah. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I raided you the other day when you were playing the Long Dark. So yeah, cool of you to join us. Thanks for stopping by. Or I mean, it sounds like you were here before, but anyway, yeah. I don't remember, but it might be calligraphy. Is there a class in calligraphy? I mean, it's a school subject. I don't know. Shoot typo. Oh yeah, it's fine. Real Miss Ida never had a sprite. Huh. She just existed in our minds. Long dark good game. Yeah. It's it's fun. Been here before for TLD, I think. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, still working on that interloper game. I'll come back to it in the coming week. Anyway, okay, let's move on here. Oh, A rhyming structure. Haha, yeah, I noticed that. Yuri's poems don't usually rhyme. That's a little unusual for you, but I like it. It's very elegant. It's very pretty. You should make more of your poems rhyme, Yuri. Yeah, Sayori's poems do always rhyme. You're really good at it. Thank you. I'm kind of nervous to share in front of Miss Ida, but I normally don't care too much if my poems rhyme. Rhyming constricts me from picking the word that feels right most of the time. Yeah. But here, for a poem about art, it felt right. Oh, it's about art, okay. They're very Yuri rhymes too, if that makes sense. Definitely. Room and loom are definitely rhymes that you'd only hear in a Yuri poem. I guess you have a bit of reputation for more intellectual poems, Yuri. So it would seem. Well, your poems are obviously very thoughtful and imaginative. Yeah, but take a look at my poem. I think you in particular might like it, Miss Ida. The Ludicrous Cookbook. I read a recipe the other day, but I have no idea where to find these ingredients. How does this cook do it? It's like they took whatever was laying around like a big batch of fruitcake, swept it all up into a big bowl, but somehow made perfection. And how did they measure so precisely? I can barely get a single quarter liter right. But they call for perfect ratios. On and everything. It's ridiculous. I don't even know what shop sells acetylacetone. So I mean, uh, I guess the implication is that the subject is chemistry here. Oh, it's about chemistry. I see why you'd think I'd like this one. Very cute, Natsuki. Hey, Miss Ida. Did I say something wrong? Uh, what's this? Yuri hates it whenever she's associated with the word cute. I'm assuming this is a typo, and Yuri meant to be talking about Natsuki here. She misspoke. Yeah, sorry. Yuri misspoke and spoke about herself instead of Natsuki. Everyone knows what she meant. Oh, yeah. Of course. Although, it's for an understandable reason. She worries that when she or her work are regarded as cute, either, ceases to be taken seriously. Oh, I see. Sorry, Natsuki, that wasn't my intention. It's okay. But yeah, you basically got it right. But Natsuki, can't something be cute and taken seriously? Yeah, there you go. Like, this poem is very cute, but it's also very good and worth being taken seriously. Yeah, sometimes something can be cute and deep or worthwhile. Why do they have to be mutually exclusive? That is a good question, MC. In fact, that is a phrase that I would have used in this circumstance. Exactly. Can't they coexist? Weird. It's like you guys are becoming a hive mind. Wish people could hold both these concepts in their head at once. I really do. But for now, experience tells me that they cannot. So until they do, I have to take my stand on the side of not cute. Yeah. She's talking like Elmo? Is he thinking about Sayori with his point? Yeah. No one even talks about how much Yuri hates to be called you because that's how much she hates it. You can't even mention it around her. So taboo we don't know about it. Yeah, I mention it. As usual, mine sucks compared to you guys, so let's get it out of the way. Lines. Lines and shapes, curves and angles, they relate together in perfect unison. A certain peace steals over you as you feel the lines resting against each other in a triangle. The lines can never lie, each one pure truth embodied, and through them lies the shape of everything. Yeah, I guess this is like math or geometry or something like that, something along those lines. This isn't bad at all, MC. It does have a certain appeal to you, I imagine. It does. I love how the geometry is turned into a metaphor for order in the whole world. I am definitely a sucker for poetry about reality metaphors. I think some of the phrasings could have been a little more carefully crafted, but overall it's quite good. I'm very impressed at how you improve week by week, MC. Before too long, you'll be writing better poems than any of us. Well, I don't know about that. Oh, you're doing great, MC. Don't listen to Yuri's phrasings nitpicking. Just carefully craft your phrases better, geez. Sorry. No. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. She's right that you're doing really well. You're light years ahead of where you used to be, you know? Heck, I think all of us are starting to pick up cool stuff from your style now. What do you think, Sayori? I love everything that MC writes. Sounds like you have at least one big fan, MC. You're the least experienced poet here? I am. I only started about a year ago. Well, you'd hardly know it. I'm impressed at how deep all your poems dive. They're very thought-provoking. I guess it's your turn last, Sayori. Yeah. Mine's not as deep as the others, though. It's kind of short and silly. Outside and in. I run outside in sun. I stride and sweat to get release. Sometimes it hurts. I climb and curse, but still I feel some peace. Rather my arms lather in harm and pain in mind may cease. So I guess that's phys ed, gym class. There you go. Well, this is a little different than what I'd expect from you, Sayori. Very dark. Very dark, really? Okay. And I don't agree at all that it's not deep. It's very deep, especially given how short it is. Lol, yeah. I mean, like from Sayori, like this is not dark at all for her. But I guess Masaida has some preconceived notions about her. And I remember that I think Sayori is completely 100% teehee. Everything is great, Genki girl. Oh yeah, I don't know. That's I totally get that. It raises so many questions about what's going on in it. The school subject is supposed to be PE? Yep. It's kind of about how working out your body can help you with mental struggles you might be having. And Sayori actually likes to write a lot of poems about the disparity between happiness and sadness, and that strange place in the middle where they meet. I see. Yeah, I always get a little concerned when I read a poem like this from her, but I feel better as soon as I look at her smile. Yeah, haha. Sayori sure does write about some crazy stuff sometimes, and it's so different to how she normally is. Yes. So, well, what do we want to do now? I actually feel a little weird after that. Like, maybe I got a little too weird with my poem. So sorry, I didn't know we were going to have a guest today. I might have toned it down a little otherwise. Oh, Sayori, you don't need to do anything like that for me. And I definitely didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. I know you guys kind of need this place to relax, so I didn't want to hang around too long and weird you out. Ah, she used the H word. I know. They're all comfortable with it, yada, 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 but still. Natsuki, terrible liar, yeah. Sayori, incredibly good liar, yeah. No, I get it. I'll be going now. Thank you all for letting me watch a little. Thanks for coming by, Miss Ida. It was fun having you here. Phew. Glad that worked. Wait, you feeling weird was just an act to get rid of Miss Ida? Yep. I thought that was basically the plan. Plus, I didn't want to skip emails. Dang, sir, you're really ice cold sometimes. Hee hee. Well, I guess that means it's time for us to answer real world emails. I guess I should probably move this. Use the chat box over then. As always, remember that you can email me at lit.club.prez.monica@gmail.com and I'll have the club answer it live, most likely. Sure loves emails, yeah. Also, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Yes, that. Donate to our Patreon and our GoFundMe. Does Club Meetings have a Patreon GoFundMe? I have a Patreon, just saying. Link in the description or something. Even bold. Yeah. It is not okay. Buy Monocoin. Right. Correction. Invest in Monocoin. Yeah. GoFundMe goes towards Monica's efforts to escape the system. Oh no, you'd raise so much money, Dev. I mean, don't give Dev ideas. I mean, like those mass-pilled folks. Yeah. Oh no, you'd get so much money for them. I'm like, please write so I can get out. Ooh woo. Yeah. Kind of good dev ideas. They deserve it. Gonna be a real season. This season promise. Haha. Anyway, moving on. Natsuki, again, we don't have those. This joke is getting old. Stretch goals. Let's just bring up the first email. Oh, it didn't switch to the different background this time. Usually it has the altered club background for emails. Oh, hey, first time chatter. Lifty is God7417. Welcome to the stream. Hi there. How's it going? How'd you find your way here? You don't have to answer that. I'm just curious. But yeah, moving right along. Sayori, why did you cut off MC so quickly in episode 4? He wasn't rejecting you. He was just trying to explain something. Could have saved yourself a lot of trouble, maybe. Kira 10. Okay, this is going way back, because here we are in episode 14 asking about something from 10 episodes earlier. I mean, I think the answer is obvious at this point. I think I get the feeling like somebody was really far behind in the series or when they sent that email. Oh well. Anyway, moving on. That's just not how it seemed at the time. I had a lot of fear about rejection. I still do. It took a lot of pumping myself up to be ready to say that to him. And in my mind, I fully expected him to say no. I had a plan for it and everything, and it was to get him out of there as soon as possible so that he wouldn't feel bad seeing what would happen to me. So as soon as he said something that seemed to be heading towards maybe no, I just needed him out of there. Sayori's illness colors her expectations and how she sees the world a lot of the time. It's just something you understand and accept. Honestly, I could have done a much better job reassuring her and making things safe for her before I talked to her. I mean, yeah. And you kind of still could. In my opinion. Oh well. You'll get emails talking about stuff that happens in episode 1. Yeah. You still get emails. Okay. Yeah, I can imagine. Anyway. But honestly, I was really nervous myself in this situation. Wasn't thinking well on the fly. That's why now Sayori and I have agreed never to bring up important relationship stuff unexpectedly or with a time constraint. Really? Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, that's kind of part of the problem, though. I mean, okay. Okay, then how do you bring it up? You're not allowed to bring it. You're not allowed to bring it up unexpectedly, but you're also not allowed to bring it up with a time constraint and say we have to talk about it at a specific time. So when do you talk about it? And the answer is apparently never, because Sayori has spent the entirety of last season, plus these 2 episodes, avoiding the subject of seeking a therapist or basically doing anything to get better, you know? So this is a problem. Because I was saying, like, I mean, I was just saying earlier, or at least I was thinking it, that, like, you know, if you're starting from the premise of you don't have to talk about this now, I think you do need to put a cap on that and say we need to talk it by X time, you know, or we need to bring it up at a certain time, because if you just let it keep going forever, it's you know, it's just going to keep going, you know. And this, again, not to keep harping on the whole and Sayori lobotomizing her clubmates thing, but she did kind of try to lobotomize her clubmates as part of her misguided way of, you know, making them happier. So, like, that's a sign that you know, this was something that's really important, that you need to put some kind of limit on it. I mean, it has to come to a head sometime, or it's going to force itself to come to a head, and, you know, need to be talked about when she tries something again. I mean, next time she might not, whatever she tries might not be that dramatic, but she might do something, you know, Something harmful. Oh well. Let's see what they have to say next. We always want to be able to give ourselves time to think considerately about stuff, because otherwise we act kind of scatterbrained around each other, but that's what love does to you. That was sweet. Yeah, sure. Except for my little interjection there. uh, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know we keep, and you know, maybe this is stuff that's going to be brought up later. I know I keep harping on things which are probably going to be explored later, and maybe Dev is biting their tongue this whole time, along with everyone else who's already played this. This is what I do. I just pointlessly speculate. Well, not pointlessly, but just speculating about how these things interact with each other. Anyway, moving on. Speculation is fun. Yeah, exactly. Well, let's see the next one. What would everyone's subtitle be in Helltaker? Like, for instance, Melina the Sour Demon. Oh, fun. Another Helltaker email. Be sure to get a lot of Helltaker emails over the summer. Yeah, when did Helltaker come out? I guess it must have just come out at that time. I'm thinking, like, it feels like it's come out a few years ago. So yeah, I mean, this was 2021, right? Yeah, because season 1 was 2020. May 2020. Okay, right around the time the season 1 collection released. Oh, okay. Huh. Okay. Right, guys. So I'm just thinking about it, cause it's throwing off my perception of time, cause we just had the summer episode, but of course, like, I guess you wrote these ahead of time. I mean, you would have had to have write these ahead of time. I mean, they're long and involved enough. I couldn't imagine these being produced weekly, but. Yeah, yeah. It just it sort of makes me curious about when this is going to catch up with the present, because okay, I have to be honest. You know, full disclosure, I was curious and was poking around the club meeting server, and there was a reference to Storm, which came out at the end of 2020, September 2020. You know, my own mod. So I not that I was trying to look up spoilers for club meetings, but I am aware that it comes up at some point. So, you know, looking forward to that shout out whenever it comes up. I suppose it's going to be several episodes from now. Anyway. Hopefully it's not too weirdly late to answer them now. I'm going to go with Monica the Meta Demon. Yeah, of course. Natsuki the Obliteration Demon. I just like it. It sounds badass. Don't question it. Sayori the Sunshine Demon. Yeah. And MC the Tryhard Demon. Yuri the Elegant Demon. And there you have it. What's up, Literature Club? Y'all are the most amazing characters throughout the game, especially you, Natsuki, even though you look cute. Sorry if that triggered you. What is this emoji? Is that a crying emoji? What is that? But overall, you're all, sorry. But overall, you're all are. I'm going to read that sentence again. But overall, you're all are the best. And I have 3 questions to ask y'all. Okay. So Dev isn't the only one who needed proofreading. Anyway, to all, which YouTuber do you like and watch, and tell why? To Natsuki, Sayori, MC, and Monica, have you played Streets of Rage 4? If you haven't, I totally recommend you should play. It's very awesome. Or maybe 4 of you guys can play it together. I'm not familiar with that game. To Yuri, if you went on a nice vacation, which state would you like to visit, and who you want to bring with you on the trip? P.S. If you bring all of them, it will be amazing because I love y'all. Sorry, it's kind of funny. I mean, they supposedly live in Japan, right? And they're asking what state. Is this that the stereotypical American thing where Americans aren't aware that America isn't the only place in the world. You all probably intended. Yeah, that's what I figured. Those are my questions, and continue your amazing summer, y'all. P.S. Natsuki, I also like manga as well as you do. Interesting questions. We'll start with the first one. My favorite YouTube channels are Kazuna I, because I find the conflict of her character fascinating, and also Jen's Kitchen, which is just a nice Japanese cooking channel. Oh, speaking of YouTube channels, go find Kay's Cooking. Watch all her videos. I watched one of them. I watched the Bolognese one at Dev's suggestion. It's a real oh no kind of moment. Countries could also be called states, but it seems like a very American thing to say. Exactly. Natsuki trolling the us once again, of course. She taught me everything I know about cooking and baking. Well, I really like the Bon Appetit test kitchen, but then that all fell apart and it turned out they weren't very nice. Oh, really? I don't know anything about that. So now I basically watch the Babish Culinary Universe. Sayori likes her cooking YouTube. Me, I mostly watch funny gamers. I like Germa, and I also watch a strategy gamer named Beglerish. He's a really wholesome, fun dude who plays strategy games. Okay, I'm not familiar with any of those. Yeah, okay. A lot of fun. As usual, I'm the uncultured one in this context. I don't avoid YouTube entirely, but I don't watch a lot of it. There's no particular channel, but I like to watch amateur musicians cover songs. Sometimes I'll get lost in a rabbit hole of listening to different song covers on unusual instruments. Nothing too out of the ordinary, really. Yeah, that's neat. MC watches Germa? Yeah, I'm actually not familiar with Germa. It's good that you don't know about Germa. You will live longer that way. If you say so. I do not know what that means. I have no context for appreciating that joke if it is a joke. Anyway, moving on. The next question is about Streets of Rage 4, but I don't know what that is. Me either, actually. I don't think I'm going to be able to get them to play, bud. But I love Streets of Rage 2. One of my favorite old classic games. I haven't tried out 4 yet. But I will. Thanks for the email, dude. Manga gang respect. Sorry. Represent. Sorry, I misread it. Last part is for me. State by state, do you mean state in the United States? Yeah, see? That's probably what you mean. I actually don't know much about them. I hear many wonderful stories about California. That's where a lot of the world's culture comes from. But a lot of the world's culture, okay. But I think I'd want to visit whatever state Washington D.C. is in. Or is that a state? I think it's like its own area, but that city. It has a lot of museums and monuments and public spaces, I understand. And that's the kind of thing I like. Yeah, I've been there. So, yeah, lots of neat, of course, historical stuff there, like statues and stuff. Anyway, moving on. As for who I'd take, I'm not sure. Someone who could appreciate the opportunity and the experience, I suppose. Thanks for your question. Thank you indeed. Moving on to the next one. Sorry if this has already been answered, but do you guys have last names? If not, what would you take on as a last name? Sawyer. No, none of us have last names. Everyone just knows us by our first names, as though that were our full name. No one thinks this is weird, probably as a result of a forced mental state in the stimulation. Like how we don't feel weird about repeating high school over and over. What last names would you give us? Sorry, would you guys even want if we had them? If I wanted one, it would be something traditional and refined, like Hirabayashi or something. Sabado, for the memes. I'm not sure, but maybe something ending in C so that I could get a consistent name going if I was really forced to. So we'd be MCC? Yeah, I was briefly wondering if Dev was about to expand the lore and give people last names, but expanded the lore in a different way by saying they don't. I suppose that's its own lore thing. Anyway, moving on. Whatever MC's last name is, that's so sweet. What about you, Monica? You know, I don't really think I'd like one. I think I'd rather stay just Monica. Wink. Yeah. Other characters do though, interestingly. Anyway. Oh, she said it. She said the catchphrase. Epic pog moment. Okay, enough of that, Natsuki. Next question. For Monica, do you know of Doki Doki Interview Club? If so, what do you think of it? Incidentally, that version, I guess, of the club and... Incidentally, that version, I guess, of the club, and you guys have convinced me that MC should be a Sayori, which I guess is actually unfortunate for the Monicas of the multiverse. Ahem. Anyway, wish you and your club members the best, Moni. Yeah, I'm vaguely familiar with Interview Club. I mean, I know that it has sort of the same format as this email section, and that like Halle Babka, the author, is taking like public emails and giving the club's responses to them. Yeah, I don't know. I'm aware that Halle Babka's posted lots of scenes like in the DDLC subreddit, and I'm aware that like they're compiled to a mod. I'm hesitating to comment. You know, in light of that conversation early between Yuri and Natsuki about don't encourage a drama about putting other people down and yada yada yada. Let's just suffice it to say that Halle Babka has some fundamentally different ideas about the concept of canon and fan fiction in general, on a very general level. In that I think that canon is malleable and frankly just an illusion. Like you're writing fan fiction, you're just replacing events that never happened with other events that also never happened. It's all fiction either way. And Halle Babka is under the impression that any fan fiction must very rigidly fall into some very specific standards. I mean, the point that he harps on the most is the whole shipping thing. Like he doesn't like me having same-sex relationships in my mods, but he insists. It's not because of bigotry or anything. It's not because of homophobia or anything like that. That it's just we need to have strict adherence to the canon. Like that's fan fiction must have strict adherence to the canon. That's what he insists on. I don't know. I don't. I think if you're adhering to it that strictly, that makes the story boring. Quite frankly, I like mods that do things that are different. Like, what's the point of what's the point of reading fan fiction if it's DDLC plus, basically? not to bash the actual DDLC plus or anything, Anyway, moving right along. Another one for me. Yes, I've seen Interview Club and Take Two. Yeah, that's other mod by Halle Babka. Both excellent mods. Obviously, I like Interview Club taking questions from the real world. I think that's an excellent feature for a mod to have. I do like that MC and Sayori are also together there, and that they got there a lot more easily than our MC and Sayori did. But yeah, Interview Club and Take Two are great mods, and you should check them out. They have cool new members too. Yeah, Shiro and Tiffany. I'm aware of that as well. Yeah, for someone who with, going on about strict adherence to canon, he introduced new characters. Interestingly, and for someone who introduced a black character to the cast, it's his take on the whole introducing LGBT content into the universe is rather odd to me too. Uh, hey, Zira's here. Welcome, first time chatter. Hey, this is your first time commenting in the chat. That's interesting. But yeah, welcome. How's it going? Yeah, I'm going through the club meetings mod. I'm into season 2. I don't know if you're familiar with that one. I suppose so. Life is pretty okay. That's cool. That's cool. Good to hear. Yeah, we're getting extra meta at the moment, and the the club is answering emails from people who posting on the subreddit, and they're talking about Interview Club, which also is a mod that answers questions from the real world, from the perspective of the club members. I've only seen bits and pieces of this mod. Yeah, it's a really good one. I highly recommend it. I'm not just saying that because the developer is in the chat there. But no, seriously, it's one that I can highly recommend. Easily S tier mod. Not that I've made a tier list or anything. Maybe I should make a tier list, like of the mods that I've played so far. Anyway, moving right along. They have cool new club members too. Phew, and that's the last email. Oh, it was a short set of them that time. Well, yeah, but I did want to say, yeah, like, that's the part about Halle Babica's take on the whole thing, which is so inconsistent that it makes me go, push X to doubt about his positions about the LGBT content. But it's just like, when I first heard that he was making a mod which has introduced a black character, it's like, hey, cool, bring diversity to the cast, awesome. It's unfortunate that there's so many people are making racist comments against her. Hopefully he'll stay strong and stay the course and produce an interesting mod out of it. And then he just randomly started tearing into my mod out of nowhere. He was like, I mean, it's public record. I mean, it's in the Discord. His messages are still there. He just started insulting my mod out of nowhere. True Literature Club, even though he'd never played it, which is really weird because he was criticizing people for criticizing his mod without playing it, and it's like I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Like, I've only ever been supportive of your work. Like, I think it's cool and all. What you're doing is cool. And then I don't know. He's just been so weirdly hostile toward me, and I probably I don't know. This is me airing dirty laundry here, and I probably shouldn't do that publicly. It's just I don't know. Like, that kind of drama is just such a waste of time. Like, and it's kind of like I should probably just avoid him. I don't know. It was just a really weird moment. Like, we got into an argument. I guess it was a couple years ago now. That was just super uncomfortable. Oh well. Besides Canada's merely suggestion. Yeah, exactly. Even though you never played it, I'm starting to see a pattern here. Yeah, you noticed. It's easy to find how Babica's ran in your server since they left. No, the rant isn't in my server. Okay, his initial rant was in the DDMC server, but then he went on another even more public rant on the r/DDLC mods subreddit. pages and pages of stuff condemning my mod, saying it's obvious why everyone, quote, obvious why everyone hates it, unquote. And I'm like, okay, first of all, no. People liked that mod. People like True Literature Club. Yes, some people disliked it, but some people like that's normal. Different people like different things. That's what's normal. And like he was like weirdly unable to separate his own opinion from declaring these sweeping statements that everyone agrees with. Like everyone agrees with me or something. Like no, dude, they don't agree with you. Like I'm sure some people agree with you, and some people don't agree with you. Like your opinion is not a universal thing, and like just that whole conversation was so weird. Like I don't know, like I don't get why he was so hostile about it. I don't know. I guess it bugs me because I'm ranting about it now. It just I don't know. He's just like I looked at his work, like Take Two and Interview Club, and I was looking forward to it and stuff, and then he just started being really mean to me for no apparent reason, and like I don't know. It's just some people just like stoking drama, I guess. I looked at, man, this makes me happy that I never joined the DDMC or the Blue Skies Discord. Yeah, I'm sorry to... It's probably for the best, Zira. Honestly, there's... I've complained about it before. There's an unfortunate amount of toxicity in the modding, the DDLC modding community. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about that place. Maybe it's something about the culture from the way it was built up from the ground up, like how Carl had things set up. I don't know. It's. I mean, looking back, I mean, you can sort of imagine the seeds that formed that sort of thing. Like, if you had people like Carl and Skull and Logicus running the place, and yeah, like Skull and Logicus are in particular are people who are also tend to get abrasive and hostile needlessly. There's a lot I could say about that. And when you have administrators who are acting that way, it probably just bleeds into the rest of the community. And even though the leadership has completely changed now, I think a lot of that just still lingers. I guess. I don't know. That's just running theory. DDMC Discord good for mod help, and that's about it. Yeah, exactly. He's a popular mod creator. He is the keeper of objective reality. Haha, yeah. Also makes me happy that I tend to stay neutral with everyone in the community. Same. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I can be opinionated if it wasn't obvious from these rants I'm going on. I'm gonna state my opinion, whether it makes me popular or not. I mean, I'll do it with a smile. I'm gonna try to be friendly. I try to, as much as possible. I put little smiley faces in all of my comments on Reddit, Discord, everywhere, because I want to appear friendly. Because I try to appear friendly. I want to be friendly. I don't know. Some people, maybe they take those smiley faces as some kind of attack or something, or maybe they take it as sarcasm. Maybe they take it as hostility in itself. Drama not worth, onward. Yes, right. Drama not worth, onward. Moving on. From my point of view, I honestly think it works. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe I should try to be more neutral. It's hard. It's hard to do that when I was moderator for 3 years. So people have their impressions of me now. Oh well. Moving on. Phew, and that's the last email. Okay, everyone, let's wrap up for the day. For next week's poems, let's do poems about animals. And I see that no one has come up with the mod idea yet, but keep thinking about that, okay? I know it's a lot of work, but it was also a lot of fun. Finally, it's my week off this week, so I move that Yuri be elected acting club president and Monica be elected acting club secretary. Second. All opposed. The motion carries. Yuri and her sudden presidential powers. Well, I think that's about all for now. I'll see you guys next week. Yuri, Suri, and MC start on their walk home. You want to ride today, Natsuki? Natsuki is busily texting and doesn't seem to hear. Natsuki, you want to ride? Nah, but thanks, Monica. I'll just take the bus today. You sure? It's really no trouble. It's fine, Monica. I'm not worried about bothering you. I just need a little decompression time today. Oh yeah? This is going to be something related to her sister that she alluded to earlier? Say no more. Honestly, I mostly just wanted to distract myself from work I needed to do anyway. So, probably for the best I get started on that. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Looking forward to it. Oh, hey. Wait, whoa, back up. Hold on. So is Sayori actually going to see someone now? How about that? Scenes that appear in episode 31? Oh, okay. Long distance foreshadowing, I guess. So, Sayori, what brings you here today? So, I'm a perfectly normal 18-year-old high school senior. I get pretty good grades and I have good friends. I have a very kind boyfriend who I love very much and who loves me. But most of the time, I feel like I hate myself and want to die. Well, that does sound like a problem. You don't sound that weirded out by it. Well, it is my job. Don't worry, Sayori, that's far from the worst or most troubling thing I've ever heard, but even if it were, I'm here to help you, not to judge you, and that's what I'm going to do. He seems really nice given what I just dropped on him. Yeah, that's because he's paid to be. Well, I mean, yeah. It's a great way for her to introduce herself, lol. I mean, you know, like, when you're meeting a therapist for the first time, it's like, you kind of, what am I trying to say here? Like, particularly one if you're paying them money, you want to get the most out of your money, and you want to just sometimes it's helpful to just jump to the heart of the matter, you know. Although it can also be helpful for them to get some background first, but yeah. Oop, 20 minutes left. Oh, okay. Let's start getting ready. BRB. Okay. Yeah. You do what you need to do, Dev. Hi everyone, I'm sorry and I want to die. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, moving on. Who else? What did that say? Who else would spend such an immense amount of time on a worthless... So, Sayori, before I begin, a couple questions. Recently, like in the past few weeks, have you wished you were dead? Oh, okay, we're doing Suicide Protocol now? Did allude to Sayori's suicide in the extras last week. I'm not sure if wish is the right word. Well, that brings me to my next question. Also recently, have you felt like you, your friends, or your loved ones would be better off if you were dead? That's a big ol' yes, boss. You're so bright-spirited. Next question. Have you been having specific thoughts about killing yourself recently? Yeah, it's on and off, but it never really stops for good. And have you ever tried to kill yourself? Yep. How and how recently? That's kind of complicated. Once by hanging, and I actually did jump off the chair, but it sort of, didn't take, I guess. That was, let's see, a little over a year ago. It's weird how he's still just smiling and taking notes. He's not phased at all. I, tried again a little bit after or before that, I can't remember. And then I got right to the point of doing it and then just stopped and decided not to back in May of this year, I want to say. I see. And are you having thoughts of killing yourself right now? Wasting everyone's time, absolutely pointless sack of meat and bones. Not really. I mean, I feel really bad about myself, but I'm not thinking of killing myself right now and haven't recently. Well, good. I guess I don't need to bolt you to the chair then. So tell me, Sayori, how long have you felt this way about yourself? I cannot stop making SSNTS shutouts. Yeah, exactly. As long as I can remember, my whole life. I see. Oh, okay. And you just cut back to Natsuki now, okay? Well, I did keep saying that you're expecting this to turn back to the Natsuki season, but I was curious to know how the therapy session went. But oh well. Goral, the return, best Goral, yeah. Natsuki is texting again with her contact label only as Goral. So what's got you down? Clearly a little off today. Man, I don't know how to put it. Just feel a little empty inside tonight. Couldn't even tell you why. Like, there's nothing that could make me feel alright. I'll just keep feeling weird and anxious no matter what. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, happens to me all the time, babe. Usually late at night, and just everything seems futile, and I don't feel sad, just empty and pointless. Yeah, that's it exactly. Well, don't sweat it. You're a fiery, invincible soul, babe. Ain't no ennui gonna keep you down. Choral moment, yeah. We protect patient therapist privilege in this mod mostly. Haha, yeah. You'll feel better in the morning, probably. Already do. Aw. It always helps to have someone to share it with. Now stop talking to your lame sister and go chug kegs or whatever you college kids do. I will chug 4 kegs in your honor. Have a good evening, babe. You too. She's so silly sometimes. Still playing Natsuki's song, but it's showing Monica now. There's so much of this. Monica is awash in a sea of paperwork. Funding requests, funding allocation, informational submissions, space use permit requests, exemption applications. Wish I could just code away all this crap. Why couldn't you? But it would probably be a terrible idea to try. I guess there's nothing for it but just to bear down on this stuff. I hope it works out. They seem especially tense and mean this year. Funny, we were talking about tense and mean situations earlier. The last thing everyone needs is more disruption, right? When we were getting back to normal-ish. I wish I knew if Tormuse was around. Oh yeah. All right, sorry. I was thinking, is Monica going to take notice that the player's on her? But of course, no. She's Yuri has presidential powers at the moment, so she's just doing paperwork. Maybe I could text Yuri. No, that's a bad idea, and I'm distracting myself from the paperwork. Let's just get to work. And we're back to Miss Ida again. Phew, that was a long day. The Literature Club students are much more thoughtful and deep than I expected. I didn't exactly figure out what's so strange about them, though. If anything, they seem even stranger now. Sayori's poem was so unlike her, and everyone seemed just a bit nervous to have me there, although that was maybe just them having a teacher present when there usually isn't one. I mean, yeah, that would make people nervous regardless, I would think. Yeah. They all definitely use the club as a little refuge. Maybe my curiosity is doing more harm than good. Perhaps I should just leave them alone and have whatever secret they have. But what if they're in trouble? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, like, you wouldn't commission this sprite just for this one episode after having her as a recurring character in season 1. Just to have her go, oh well, guess it's nothing. Yeah. I just can't shake the feeling that there's something terrible happening to them. I need to look into it more. 100%, yeah, exactly. No, that says she goes away after this. Yeah, right. But first, time for some extremely well-deserved sleep. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Dynamic character input command. Who Yuri.chr set? Oh, okay. So is Yuri stepping in? Hello again. I was just testing this out to see if it works. Let's see, what was the script narration going to say? Thanks for watching. And send Monica your emails, etc. lit.club.pres.monica.gmail.com is the address, of course. And a few people needed crediting, specifically the MBS team, Camping Carl and Jen Air Composes on Twitter. I think I credit the MBS people on this again. Yep, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, that music is getting a lot of use. I don't think Camping Carl deserves credit for that, though. I mean, I believe Jen Air was the one that made the music. So, I mean, strictly speaking, I don't think Camping Carl needs to be credited. Oh well. Jen Air did make it, exactly. Oh well. Can't fix the past. Moving on. As well as SY Ways, Crazy Joshua for poem feedback, although I don't remember us getting poem feedback. As always, full credits are in the credits.txt file in the game folder. Now that's out of the way, aren't you so pleased to see Sayori's getting help? I know I was. I think MC took my advice too and framed it to be something she could do to help him. That makes me so happy. Anyway, I'm just ecstatic right now. Things are looking up for Sayori. I can talk to you and get this wonderfully unique view of the world. It's really exciting. So anyway, I was thinking... Oh, I wasn't done talking yet. Is that all the time I have? I guess you can't control when the game ends, and neither can I. Probably. Anyway, see you next week. I'm really looking forward to it. We always look forward to your visits. Oh, okay, and that's it. That's it for episode 2 of season 2. Episode 14 overall. Cool. All right. 2 hours 37 minutes, record time. Yeah, no kidding. But yes, okay, must bail. Good stream. Yay! Thanks for hanging out, Dev. Even though I know you were pressed for time. Speedrun, yeah. I did try to like motor on forward a little bit in some places because I was trying to be mindful about that. Even though I still did get dragged down in you know, introspection and stuff, and you know, my usual, you know, trademark term use tangents. Anyway, I've got quite an audience at the moment. I've got 13 viewers. I've kind of been, you know, for a lot of these, I just kind of like these DDL streams, the club meeting streams. I kind of just leave off and not bother rating. But you know, maybe you can rate somebody today. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's no one that I follow that if I'm gonna rate someone. I want to rate someone who's like at least vaguely related to this thing or something. I don't know. So maybe I'll just pick out another DDLC stream. Looks like somebody. Okay, there's one. Looks like someone's doing the Yuri route. There's some. Okay, this one looks like French. This one looks like. That one also looks like French. What is this? Is that a mod? That one looks like Spanish. I'm kind of curious about this one that says forcing my partner to play Doki Doki with no idea what to expect. Let me just take a peek at that one. Maybe we'll raid them. It sounds like they're... Okay. Looks like there are 2 people there, and yeah. Okay. So it looks like Yuri's first CG in the Yuri route. Yeah. Okay. So that's not Agila Fond. Not. I don't know how you pronounce that. But we're gonna give him a raid. Because might as well go from one DDLC stream to another. Source stream, higher end viewer count. Yeah, things are going great. Ooh, yeah. Blind playthrough. Hey, let's go. Yeah. We're gonna put through a. It sounds like it's a semi-blind playthrough. It looks like it's like one of them is hasn't played it before. Like one of them's played it and the other one hasn't. Because there are two of them playing it. It looks like they're still fairly early on, but yeah. But yeah. As for on my end, we'll be continuing club meetings next Saturday. Just continue doing it each weekend as I've been doing. Yeah, we'll see where it's going. Hopefully, Sayori gets some benefit from therapy. Hopefully, we'll learn more about Best Goral. And maybe some kind of shenanigans involving Yuri having presidential power will come from that. Zero says peace. Yes, thanks. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, let's get this raid going. Make sure I spell this. Not G-L-A. Okay, there it is. Okay. Right. So yeah. So it's yeah, season 2 is off to an auspicious start, and looking forward to seeing how it goes. But that's all for now. Until next time.